The Greek property legislation is based on the principle of publicity. That means that all ownership rights are recorded in public books kept in the land registries and the cadastral offices. Due to the aforesaid system, transparency to all property transactions is guaranteed. The importance of the recordation of ownership rights is vast, since someone is not considered as owner if his contract has not been transcribed to the above-mentioned public records. At this point, let me draw your attention to the preliminary agreements, which cannot be recorded in any of the aforesaid public books according to the law. Therefore, they do not grant any ownership rights. There are three different types of legal professionals who must be involved in every property transaction, as far as the legal part is concerned. The lawyer concludes the legal due diligence of the property and overviews the process. The notary public drafts the final contract and authorizes the signatures of the parties. The land registrar checks the legal substance of the final contract and he records it in the public books. Since the buyer is considered as the weak contracting party, it is common to assign a notary public of his own choice. Provided that the investor has already found a property of his choice, he then assigns a real estate lawyer to study carefully the current vendor's ownership titles in order to verify that there are no property debts or other deed restrictions and ownership limitations. After that, the lawyer must conclude the initial title search to the competent land registry by identifying the right of the current owner in title, and also searches for any obstacles such as mortgages, property lines, or other claims against the seller. If the property is clear, then the two parties may start their actions in order to conclude the purchase process. The investor's lawyer must work closely with the notary throughout the whole process in order to avoid any unexpected issues. The Greek Golden Visa has set up a very strict framework regarding the terms of the contract and the payment process, which must be followed step by step. The buyer has to issue a Greek tax ID number and open a personal bank account in a Greek bank in order to transfer all the funds required for the property purchase from abroad, proving his source of wealth in that way. At the same time, the seller has to collect all necessary public documents required for the transaction. Provided that all the aforesaid actions are concluded, both parties are now ready to sign the final contract and record the new owner to the land registry. At this point, let me clarify that the Greek banking legislation does not provide client escrow accounts. Therefore, any direct money transfers from abroad to third persons in Greece, including the seller or the lawyers involved, are not in full compliance with the tax laws and the money laundering regulations. Following the property acquisition, it is possible to schedule an appointment with immigration authorities in order to apply for the Golden Visa. If the applicants are present at this time, they can give their biometrics the same day. Otherwise, a new appointment can be scheduled upon agreement with the authorities within the next 6 months. Biometric data include photo, fingerprints, and specimen of signature. Please note that children under the age of 12 are not required to provide specimen of signature, and children under the age of 6 are also not required to give their fingerprints. The whole process usually needs more than 1 month. However, since the physical presence of the investor is obligatory only for opening a Greek bank account and giving biometrics, there is a quite convenient way to conclude the whole process without the investor's long-term presence in Greece. The biggest part of the process may be concluded by the investor's lawyer on his behalf under the power of attorney, but it's still necessary for the investor to take 2 short trips to Greece. During the first visit, the investor may schedule a short trip in order to view properties, issue a tax ID number, open a Greek bank account, and assign a lawyer to buy the property on his behalf, as well as to schedule an appointment with the competent immigration office. During the second visit, all applicants will need 1 working day in order to give their biometrics. The final residence permits can be collected by the assigned lawyer and then sent to the investor. In conclusion, I hope that I have given you an overview of the whole procedure that the potential investors should follow in order to apply for the Greek Golden Visa. The process is not complicated or risky, provided that the investor has specialized and unbiased legal advice. As a Greek lawyer, I would strongly recommend to all international professionals of the investment migration industry to include the Greek program in their services. Greece is a country beloved by non-European citizens, and there is no investor who has ever regretted choosing the Greek Golden Visa. My time is up, so I will be happy to answer any questions after the end of this session. Thank you all for your attention.